Hey y'all, it's your girl Brittany. I'm back. I'm better with another video. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, like the video, click the bell to be notified of every time I post. You know what it is. I know what it is. We know that I post frequently. All right, y'all, say it with me collectively. We are jumping, skipping, hopping, leaping. We doing a ducky pow. Dougie, y'all, into this video. Click the link down in the description box below to become a paid member on my Patreon. All right, y'all, come. Without further ado, let's go and get into this video. So we start off the episode with Savannah going through the motions of her blessed breast implant being popped. Okay, so Barbie and Jaden are encouraging her to go to the hospital. I'm like, it shouldn't have took no encouraging. Honestly, if anything, if it's hurting when you breathe, you could feel that it moved, baby. Emergency room ASAP. We need to go and get the surgery together because we don't know, what it could have hit. I definitely think, Jaden and Barbie were being good friends as far as telling her, like, girl, this TV stuff, it's boundaries to this. Certain things you can't play with, and your health is not one. That bag of ice can't do nothing for you. You need to be on somebody's surgery table. Somebody need to be taking an X-ray, looking at what's going on inside of you. Now, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Once Savannah started going off, and she was like, "What? Like, huh? Like what? Like, huh? Like, huh? Like what?" My face looked like Jaden's because I'm like, "What is she talking about?" But I knew she was just venting. She was emotional as she should be. Her body hurting, so sometimes when people are emotional like that, you just gotta let them talk. Now, okay, it's not funny, but I'm gonna say it like this because Savannah be, I'm a crib, I'm a big crib, I'm a big crib. I said, not big crib snitching. Telling the full story, like, yes, because this is what happened, and it happened like this, and then Joyce just kicked me, so like go arrest her, make her get off the show. That's what it gave, like when I first seen it. And the lady who does the Academy show, she bad pulling up in her black truck, big dude, pretty face, small in the waist. I said, oh, okay. She came to bring peace and harmony to the house. Now, I will say this. I will give Joyce the benefit of the doubt. I definitely don't feel as though Joyce hit Savannah to harm her. Savannah was running up on her. They drunk. And the thing is, when somebody running up on you, you gonna defend yourself in any way that you can. So I definitely feel as though Joyce just did the first thing that came to mind to defend herself, which was just popping Savannah real quick to make her get up off her. So Joyce, I don't feel as though Joyce hit Savannah with intention of harming her. She just hit her with the intention of like backing her up and getting her up off her. Now, no shade. Now this TV show us everything. They done showed us a bowel moving. They done showed us throw up. They showed everything. But the time I want to see how the implant look, the busted booty look, I want to see it. Y'all want to give me blur. Y'all show everything else under the sun. But the day I want to see how it look, y'all want to blur it out. Don't piss me off. And mind you, too, every time somebody say, Savannah, go to the hospital, she never replies. Savannah, go to the hospital. You up here showing everything to everybody but the doctor. So Savannah goes in her confessional, basically saying, like, she was begging out as TV to not make her go to the hospital. Okay, I'm about to be mean. Put the seatbelt on because it's about to come out harsh. It's going to come out harsh because I really don't know how to filter it. I really don't have time to try to filter it out. But I personally just think it's dumb to have pride when it comes to your health. I feel as though it was no need of Savannah to have pride at this particular time. Even with her reasoning in her head, people saying that she left early. It'd be different if you left early because of what Kenzy did, like, didn't want to fight. Then you just left. But you're leaving because of health concerns. You're leaving because of your health. You're leaving to make sure that, you can live to see another day. So I think her reasoning was dumb. I think it was too many people who had to come up in there and encourage her to get up and go to the hospital. And my thing is this, like, that's what they supposed to do, no shade. They supposed to allow you to go to the hospital. They supposed to allow you to go to the emergency room and stuff like that because y'all are fighting, so anything could happen in a fight. So I don't think it should have been that many people begging you to go to the fight. You giving the academy lady your life story and everything. And I just feel like this is a moment where you're just making life hard on yourself. They're giving you the tools. They 10 times out of 10 are gonna pay for it because it happened on their set. So why sit up here and say that you got from the projects and all that? What does all that have to do with right now? That has nothing to do with nothing right now. You up here telling your life story when you could have been telling her your life story over the phone while we waiting on the doctor to go in the room. That's just all I'm saying. I get it, you big crip, but baby, sometimes you gotta go to that doctor, sit on that table, and see what's going on with the insides. And no shade, with Savannah's permission, I kind of want to see what her thing looked like too. No shade, like, oh my God, show it all. Like, I'll show stuff for less. And I get it, she's going through a transition because she had a transition and she went all the way with her transition. I get that, I understand that, but like I said again, they don't have nothing to do with nothing that's going on right now. I definitely think that Savannah should have got out of that bed the first thing smoking, but eventually she did. So boom, the academy lady ends up going in Joyce's room. First things first, we see Trini, and her eye is covered because Jaylani hit her in the face, with the heel. So her eye is covered up. I guess it's healing, and she been in the room. I don't blame her, but we finna get to that. Put that in y'all pocket. Okay, boom. The academy lady then just starts, asking questions about, well, how do y'all, dang, they broke that door, girl. They broke that door down. Jaylani really broke that door. Like, the side of the door is definitely broke in this room. Okay, but anyway, so then they asked Joyce, how does she feel? Bees, how she feels about Savannah. What do you think they're gonna say? Like, no shade. I really hate when people be like thinking that this is a movie and it's gonna give superhero, it's gonna give compassion and empathy every time. Like I said before, I don't believe they went into intentions going like, okay, I'm going to bust her implant. But you gotta think about it. Like, she ran up on her. JB's been had beef with her for 3-4 years now. Why would you go in there thinking that these folks was gonna have empathy for this lady? Like, no shade. Why would they have empathy for her? If the shoe was on the other foot, she would not have empathy for them. So them not being empathetic makes sense because they all just got to find last night. Again, they been had beef. Savannah ran up on Joyce. Of course, they like, okay, get well soon, but oh well, next on the docket. So the academy lady keeps going, and she ends up asking JB's like, so you really just came to Dollhouse to fight? You ain't come to like be a doll? JB's lets her know like, no, I did. I came to show my personality. I came to put that stuff on. I came to be a doll. Again, number one, like, honestly, for real, girl, they really all about to go home. Like, no shade, they probably got one more day. They about to go home. They better go home. I'm sick of this narrative of what's a doll. It's the name of a show. That is it. That's all. This is now that's TV. Like, girl, they all know what they signed up for. They signed up to fight each other and get these beefs out the way. Like, yeah, that's what they came to Dollhouse to do. Personality gonna give too. You know what I'm saying? They gonna get that too. But be for real. Like, that's what they came here to do is fight. 90% of the show is fighting. So JB's is not done with defending her good sister YG. So she asked Jocelyn again, like, what's your beef? Like, why would you, fight her? Because y'all was building a friendship. Y'all was cool. It really gave no reason for you to fight her like that. And, Joyce is like, well, I didn't feel like she was trying to fight for you. Could have been a misunderstanding. But when I say JB's was not going for that, JB's really was standing 10 toes down for YG. Like, she really was just not understanding why Joyce would try to fight YG, especially with her reasoning. It just really didn't make sense to JB's. Now, the fact they swept now like the man and but he was definitely, being a house dad at this moment, comforting Savannah in her downtime. And then we have the exit of Savannah. Hate that, but also too, Savannah definitely does her thing. She is a little older than some of the girls, so she do pay some of the mess. I'm not gonna lie, but overall, Savannah did her thing for season 1. Now the girls have a house meeting, and basically, Okasha was the leader of the house meeting. And she basically just cleared everything that happened last night. Basically, just saying, like, we don't fight at bookings. And she tries to say something to jaybiez about, fighting in the club, because when we are booked, you don't want to do stuff like that. Da da da. It really came like, baby, they already know all this, but okay, cute. Okay, y'all having Sunday dinner, you mama of the house, whatever. Then they start getting into her and Joyce's beef. Joyce making it seem like she got receipts about Jaylani talking about Okasha, but Okasha paying it very much because she know it's not true. Now, the only thing I got from that dinner in that particular scene was all the girls look fab in their wigs. Oh, every wig, eight, 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 eight. I love Jelani in that maroon. That maroon looks so good on her. I love Joyce in the all black, but the highlights of the green and blue, it eats. jaybiez in her black, YG in her red, Akasha in her black. The girls was eating. The hair, the makeup, bare face. So Kenzy and JB just go back and forth, blow for blow, low for low. Nothing that we haven't heard before from these two, the mamas, the babies, stuff that we've been heard. It's funnier on the panel. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. On the panel, they really read, but this was light work compared to how they drag on that panel. But jaybiez want that again. She wants that. She needs that. And Kenzy is PC'd up. Kenzy do not want to give her no, fair fade. So Joyce and Akasha makeup. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I really wasn't following. I really don't care. This was a sorry storyline, in my opinion. Makeup, be happy, and eat y'all food and shut up. But I will say this, Akasha definitely don't be wanting nobody else to talk. She be wanting to say her piece, and she wants you to shut up. The whole time, she did not let Joyce talk like that. And I am like, okay, girl, now, you can't read her and she can't read you back or tell you where you went wrong either. You got to be open, for both sides of criticism. So Swayana finally wants to do her job. Thank God it took forever, because I just said in my last video that she need to go home, because she ain't doing much of nothing but just sitting there and looking big bonded. Okay, so she seen that the coast was clear. Wasn't nobody paying her no mind, because at this point you're a shadow. You grew in the back. Why would we be paying you any type of mind? So she goes over there and bum rushes Joyce and knocks Joyce up out the chair. Now my thing is this, Joyce. Really? You let her knock you out the chair? Her, out of all people, you let her knock you out the chair? Do better. So Brea wants that from Kenzy again. Kenzy can't duck Brea and JB. So she ends up, well, she wasn't fine. Brea was fine. Kenzy was like, what is the easiest way for them to break up the fight? Oh, us getting to the ground. Because as y'all know, once they get to the ground, security comes and breaks it up. So Brea punch him. Mad. Kenzy said, a booyah. Boom. Hit the ground. No praying grandmother. Then security, as always, breaks it up. Ari is messy as ever. She's so messy. So y'all know Brea wear pads. So I guess when the nip pads fell out, good. She said, "That's my sister. I got your bag. Let me slide it real quick. I'm gonna get hey sister this short you was looking for." She's so messy. She is hilarious. Kenzy then gets in the camera spin per usual, looking a mess per usual, lying per usual, talking about how she worked Brea. Worked Brea what? You probably worked Brea's back, but you ain't worked Brea, baby. Calm down. Just vibe. Kenzy, what irritates me with Kenzy is Kenzy be lying so much. It's annoying just to watch her, because she just be lying. It's like, you were in the fight. I'm looking at the fight. And I see, and you ain't doing that. And I don't know who edited, you know, I don't know who edited it, but we got to do better with the editing. I see now that TV starting to make TikToks and all that with production. Instead of y'all making TikToks, let's make sure that we go through the whole thing when we're sitting up here editing the videos, okay, and not just throwing out anything. while we up here making TikToks. So Joyce gets in the field. I feel like Joyce gets in the field with Swayana because she really don't care for her. But then too, jaybiez is here. So if she wouldn't have got in the field with Swayana, it'd be like, but you wanted to get in the field with YG. So she had to go and run it real quick. Boom. She runs it with Swayana and immediately just tackles Swayana, gets on top of her, start digging in. All you see is Swayana feet in the air. I don't know what the feet doing because you wanted this. You hit her off guard. So what you thought was gonna happen? You told her to run up and she ran you over. So get up, fight. And if y'all seen my last video, I was telling y'all I did not like Pookie's new song. That was the song. Hood fish, it's hood fish. Better on mute, thanks. She rushed you because she just knew how to go and get you on the floor. She knew you couldn't fight for real. You talking about them hits. You didn't even hit her. Like, girl, she hit you on the floor and that was that. Now, obviously in the next episode, that's when Swayana hits the couch, so we already know that's coming. They then go to the Armand show, and I love that. First of all, if you know, Armand is amazing at what he does. He roots for the girls. So the fact that, he is on this episode or whatever is amazing. I want to know, is he gonna review it? Because I love me some Armand. I love his reviews. They're a key. They're a key. They're a key. Um, but yes, Jelani ends up fighting Michaela one more time because they destroyed her stuff. But honestly, if you want me to be honest, I think Trini did that. I think that she went up there and destroyed all Jelani's stuff. If she did, I don't blame her because her eye. Look at her eye. But that's all I got for y'all in this one. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Love y'all. Bye.